Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. Let us get Instagram over into the party. Come on, Instagram, wake up. Here she comes. Connections are a little slow this morning by the looks of things. All right, let's get TikTok over here. There has been a strange amount of loss in the air over the last few days, and it's left me thinking less about death and more about what we keep postponing while we're alive. Good morning. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. This is your spot for real life stories, strategies, and all things actor. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career, and let's talk about it. I know this is it's Tuesday, July 14th. This is an unusually heavy subject for 8 o'clock in the morning, but I want to talk about death and what it makes us do with the time that we still have. This isn't going to be an obituary roundup, and I don't want to collapse very different losses into one thing. But several pieces of news arrived close together and collectively stopped me. The first that a lot of people are mourning on my feed is the death of Sam Neill, New Zealand actor and Hollywood movie star, who obviously from the Jurassic franchise, most famously, I think. The next was the death of Josh Grassetti, an actor and social media influencer, who's, that was sudden and surprising. And the third is that I just heard that Catch the Jellicle Ball will be closing on Broadway next month. Let's talk about that. But first, Sam Neill, it's interesting because Sam Neill was one of those actors that I sort of took for granted. And his work covered so many different kinds of storytelling and films. And he certainly felt like one of those actors who was just always going to be around. It was sort of a remarkable range to his screen career, with those international blockbusters like Jurassic Park, and then sort of very intimate Australia, New Zealand work. And it's a glorious reminder that a career doesn't have to be one thing. An acting career doesn't have to be one thing. You can keep surprising people, and you can keep surprising yourself. It's interesting. I actually have an essay being published on Substack this coming Sunday about how an acting career sometimes feels like you have to keep jumping ladders, that it's never just one direct path up one ladder. You have to keep jumping around from ladder to ladder. That's coming up in Substack this Sunday. And Sam Neill's career sort of is a nice example of that. Josh Grassetti passed away, took his own life. I didn't know Josh personally, but I watched him. I watched him on TikTok, and I valued the intelligence and specificity with which he spoke about theater and actors and training to be an actor. And he really kickstarted an entire discussion about BFAs and MFAs and what do we need those programs to be, and really analyzing what they were here in America. And many people I know and admire did know him and love him and are grieving. And so I just wanted to call that one out as a sort of a personal, in a personal way. It's funny because as I say, I didn't know Josh Grassetti personally, but social media creates a strange form of familiarity, right? Hi, Alina, Natalia. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your support. when you see somebody on social media, they can become part of your intellectual and creative life without ever knowing your name. The absence of that is still real. Hi, Alina, Natalia. The absence is still real. Um, I certainly responded with my own, social media posts in response to whatever Josh had created. So, so yeah, that was seeing that news was meaningful to me. And then we got the news that Catch the Jellicle Ball is closing on Broadway. And obviously, a show closing is not comparable to a person dying, but it's another reminder that even extraordinary things can be temporary. Um, the Broadway production of Catch the Jellicle Ball will close August 8th. Months earlier, it was supposed to run through January 2027. I'd previously announced that they were going to run through January 2027. So this is a real shock to everybody that it's going to be closing next month. And seeing Cats, like the thing is, it wasn't just a revival; it was a complete reimagination. It was a complete re. It was so interesting the way it so successfully reconceptualized Cats through New York ballroom culture, and even though it was critically successful and audiences love it, the math apparently recently just wasn't mathing. It wasn't just a revival. It proved that a familiar work can be cracked open and made culturally alive and relevant again. It was really so successful in a way that was so surprising. And I really wanted it to succeed. Good morning, Dora Edmond. Good morning, Mami Chari. Good morning, Serenia. Good morning, Fadouk. Good morning, Fabila. This is the Daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career, and let's talk about it. But about Catch the Jellicle Ball closing, I'm just sad that that artistic importance doesn't necessarily make something commercially viable, commercially sustainable. That Broadway model just seems to be getting more and more difficult. And I'm sad that one of the casualties is something that was so joyful and so transcendent, so extraordinary, so new, and celebrated queer Black culture in a way that was so joyful. I will be interested to see if we learn more news about what the full financial circumstances of Catch the Jellicle Ball are, because I really think it's that one is sad to me. I think Broadway will be worse off for that. I don't think the lesson is that life is short, so frantically achieve everything immediately. All of these losses coming so close together. I just think the lesson is stop treating what matters to you as untouchable. Does that make sense? I think that what have you left unsaid? What have you left untried? What part of your creative life have you kept at a safe distance? Oh, thank you, Chu. Chu sending gifts. I appreciate that, Chu. Thank you so much. For actors, it's like submit for the thing that feels slightly beyond you. Write the scene, ask for the meeting, admit what career you actually want. Make this strange version of the musical that nobody asked for. Going for it doesn't guarantee that it will last. I mean, the Jellicle Ball proves that. Oh, thanks, Chu. I appreciate it. Um, it doesn't going for it doesn't guarantee that the career unfolds as you planned. But the alternative is protecting an unlived version of yourself. Here's a question for you. How far could you go if you stopped assuming there was always a better time to begin? What if the time to begin was right now? What if the time to begin was right now? Don't leave everything untouched, unsaid, untried. Make contact with your creative life while you're still here. I don't know. There's something in that I really, impermanence isn't a reason to panic. It's a reason to participate fully in your own life. Oh, friends, you're making me so happy. I appreciate all of the likes, the support, the gifts. Uh, Thank you, friends. I appreciate it. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career. If these, it seems weird to be talking about death at 8 o'clock in the morning, but this is what the Working Actor NYC. These are real life stories. This is what's happening right now. This is what's striking me about our community at the moment. And I really think, that there has to be a lesson in all of this loss, the impermanence of. Oh, there's some questions coming in. What do you think if it's so many paparazzi following you? I don't have paparazzi following me. I don't know if that's quite the analogy. What's your job? Just adjusting my tone in case you're an important person or just regular staff. I am a working actor. I wouldn't say I'm an important person. I'm important to certain people in my life and in my career, but I am a working actor. I am not famous. I am not a household name, but I get to make my job as an actor. And that makes me happy. And the interesting thing about that is that when I get down on not being further ahead about, I don't have a series regular yet. That's what I'm working on at the moment. And when I get down about not having achieved that, I remember that having 3 Broadway shows, being on TV regularly, these are things that other actors would kill for. That I have achieved things that are remarkable as an actor, that I get to sustain a living as an actor is in itself remarkable. And whenever I get down that I'm not further ahead, I have to go into my evidence file and just clock that I am still achieving things that other people will find extraordinary. So I don't know if that puts it in some sort of perspective. Hillary Merrick is here. Oh, from Substack. Hillary, thanks for being here. I'm a casting director. I'm working on a new script as well right now. Get it. Come on, creativity. Get into it. I'm down. I love so working on the new script. I admire that so hard. I made it a personal goal to get a TV pilot out. I wanted to write a TV pilot. I am very much a proponent of creating your own work. And the thing with writing scripts, particularly for television film, is that it feels as though writing your script, that's nice. It feels like that's not enough because anybody with any sort of power is going to read that script and go, "Oh, this is terrific. What else are you working on?" It's like, oh, I've got to have a bag of tricks. Okay, got it. I got a reminder of that when I was watching Hacks, and Hannah Einbinder's character Ava was going through all of that. Fatuz is here. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your support. Oh, thank you, Hillary, manifesting a showrunner for you. It's interesting because it's not that I don't believe in that project anymore. I do, but interesting the way I feel a little bit like I did that. I can say I have achieved that. And what's become more important to me is building my the Working Actor NYC, which is content and encouraging creativity and helping other actors build successful and sustainable acting careers. And that's become more important to me. And it's, I don't think I'll ever abandon my beautiful little TV show because I think there's a really, really fun idea in there. I'm just, I don't know that it's shifted on the priority list. Does that make sense? And when my when my life is clearer, I would love to sit down and write more. I enjoy writing for Substack, like sitting down and writing a long form essay really feeds something in me. It's something that I really enjoy. Hillary, I'd love to know what your journey with Substack has been. That is a gorgeous apartment as well, so you must be doing something right to afford that in New York. We are very, very blessed. Yeah, this is our house in Bushwick. Every time I go to an AFM, I get asked, "What else do you have?" That's what I'm talking about. Hillary knows what I'm talking about. Gotta bring at a minimum 5 pitch decks just in case. Oh my gosh, that's insane. 5? Wow. Okay, well, I support your creativity, and I'm glad that that is all still flowing for you, particularly when you also have a casting director job, because I mean, that's got to be time consuming as well. Natalia wants me to name 5 countries. Why? What is with this with the name 5 countries? Somebody asked me the same question yesterday. Is this like a TikTok thing right now that people have to name 5 countries? Hi, YouTube. I see you over there, Lean. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your support. This is the daily, the morning report from the Working Actor NYC. Let me know what you're working on in your acting career. I see you in the comments. Lean, I appreciate your being here. Thanks for joining me. Oh, can I though? How about we start with my home country of Australia? They want you to help with their homework. They're in the same class. Oh dear. Yes, I can name 5 countries. Oh dear. No, Natalia. No, I'm not actually. Thank you. I love that people in the comments on TikTok actually talk to each other. It doesn't happen so much over on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. Particularly Instagram. They're very quiet on Instagram lives. But I feel like the the TikTok comment section is where it's at, and I love it. Here for it. Where would be my favorite countries? I don't know that I have any favorites, but my current sort of focuses are Australia, the UK, Egypt, Italy, and France are the ones that sort of get a lot of my brain attention. Yeah, Hillary says, "Can you name 5 directors with current projects coming up?" Ooh, that's a good one. I wish I could. Like then I'd really know what I was doing, wouldn't I? I get so, you know, I get so like when I have an audition coming up, you know, whether it's the Gilded Age or I get very fixated. Well, this is the thing about television. Television directors jump from project to project, and so when I have worked with a television director, it's not like I can add them to the list. It's they'll have your talents. What countries is things everyone knows? If you don't, then you didn't listen at school. What countries is things everyone knows? If you don't, then you didn't listen in school. I'm not sure that school has a lot of relevance for being able to name countries, but Pretty Jewel, so true. Each project can have several directors, especially with a serial. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was sort of super interesting to me, um, to find that, when I first got into television 20 years ago, to find that directors just jumped around. Uh, oh, where is it? There it is. I'm looking up myself on IMDb Pro right now because I can't remember the name of the director. I really liked the director that I had on my episode of Elspeth. Oh, they don't do it episode by episode. What was his name? Peter. And it turns out like he does really interesting work all over the place. And I was really am I multi-streaming? Yeah, I'm on. I'm only on TikTok here, but I stream through StreamYard, so that goes to Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all at the same time. Uh, Natalia wants answers. Name 5 football players that played or are playing in the World Cup. I certainly could not do that. Not that I'm not interested. I actually really, actually quite enjoy watching soccer, watching football. And but I, I played. Okay, here's a story for you. I played soccer as a child at home in Australia. I was in the Gordon under 8As. And I started out as the goalkeeper, but I got dropped to the Bs because I would swing on the goalposts while the ball was at the other end of the field. 7-year-old Benjamin couldn't concentrate well enough to be a real asset to the team. Oh, team sports and I tried, y'all. I tried team sports. I really did. Hi, Rain. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your support. Hi, Diva. I appreciate your support. Yeah, I gave team sports a good try, but I was talking about divas. But I was much better at solo sports. I think there was a lot of oh wow, it's fun, right? We're gonna need it today because it's 95 degrees out something outside today, but I have the air conditioning on, so I had to put a sweater on. Oh dear, it's all going badly. Yeah. I see you over there. Friends, I'm gonna keep moving. I had a wonderful day yesterday. I got so exhausted yesterday. I had not back-to-back coaching clients, but I had 2 coaching clients, and it's just a lot of brain work to coach people through because of course, you have to stay very present and analyze things in real time and make sure that of course, my focus is always to make sure that I'm giving my coaching clients value as we're working through their materials. The receipts. Hillary is showing up with receipts, and I'm down for it. Oh, dear, that makes me laugh. But yeah, my brain had to do a lot of processing in real time. And one of those clients was somebody who just wanted 1 session. So there was a lot that I wanted to cover to make sure that they got real value. Work. And another, they weren't a coaching client. I did a discovery call with somebody who was interested in coaching, but I decided that coaching would not have been the best way to spend their money. I don't just accept clients to take their money. This was a person who I was like, I think it would be better use of your money to find an acting technique class. So I promised to look for some things for them. In fact, if anybody has any favorite online acting classes, because sometimes people are send them over to my fast free film school on Substack. I will absolutely. It's just that this particular person was in a remote community didn't have easy access to acting classes uh, in a local environment, and so I was looking for online acting classes. Um, and I also wanted to be conscious and honor the fact that this was a person of color, and they wanted an environment where they felt safe and comfortable, because I know that not all teaching environments make people of color feel comfortable enough to experiment, to try and fail. You know, it's interesting. Oh, Hillary, I would really appreciate that. Um, I will definitely email them the link to your Substack so that they can do some more exploration on their own. And I ended up finding a school in Atlanta that had instructors that represented different communities and taught at different levels, and offered some virtual classes. So it was sort of trying to find a puzzle of making sure that the right things fit for this particular actor. And like I say, I wasn't getting a dime from doing that work, but it was just, you know, I'm happy to do it. It's kind of why I'm here, to help actors, you know, keep moving in their career, to find their momentum, and to identify where they can achieve the momentum that they're looking for. AR10 has a question. Ask away. I'll be here for a few more minutes. I think I'm gonna. Thomas Ardavani teaches a free daily class on the Clubhouse. I'm gonna write that down before it goes away. Thomas Ardavani. Am I the only person who like writes in a notebook? Like, I just teaches a free daily class in the Clubhouse. The Clubhouse. All right, I will add that to my little research pile. AR10's question: how did Burdonette get a personal job? I don't understand the question. I don't know who that is, and I don't know what a personal job is. Hey, Anchexam, good morning. Have a great day. You have a great day too. I'm happy to have spent this time with you all. I've worked with him for 6 years. Drop my name for a referral for free one-on-one coaching. Oh, that's cute. Thank you, Hillary. I appreciate that. I will do some research on that and pass that along. See, this is the thing. Like, it's so interesting. I was talking about this earlier. That social media creates relationships, even though you've never met somebody. But it's interesting the way somebody becomes, you know, a part of your life. I was talking about Josh Corsetti, who was a creator on TikTok that I followed. I had never worked with Josh, but I was always interested to see his takes. I thought he approached everything with insight and intellect, and I was very sad to hear of his passing. So, like I say, I didn't have a personal relationship with Josh, but social media creates. It's interesting that the way that it creates. England versus Argentina. Who will win? Good question. Not following. Don't know. Sorry. I'm trying to catch up with scripted television. I'm afraid I don't have time to catch up with live television as well. Does that make me a terrible human being and an unconnected person? Don't know. Friends, I'm going to hit the road. Thank you so much for all of the support and all the gifts, and for being here and all of the questions. I love this actual conversation we're having. Hillary, I thank you so much for those leads. I will follow up on that, and hopefully that's a good lead for the actor who reached out to me, who I'm trying to help. I will be right back here tomorrow at 8 a.m. And remember, wherever you are in your acting career, you got this. Keep going. See you tomorrow. All right, my friends, thanks for being here, and I will see you tomorrow at 8 a.m.